Hello everybody, welcome to a theory video for branch realities. Yes, that's right, I decided to not do a theory video for chapter 6 because I thought, well, I didn't do one for chapter 5, so I thought it'd be fair redo one for chapter 6 because it was a little bit too late by then for both of those. But here, we actually don't know what's going on, so for once we can actually theorize and think of lots of situations. So, buckle up for this one, this might take a bit. So, what do we got to start off with? Well, let's start off with what even is the chapter going to be? Like, what is the chapter? Like, what map is it going to be? Now, we got a few options. So, let's start out with the least possible ones. The first one, I think, is city. Why, you may ask? Well, the thing is, with the mall, we kind of already seen the city environment. So, I feel like they should put city to the side, maybe like as the last chapter for chapter 9, because you don't know, branch realities just confirmed they're only going to be doing, I think, 9 chapters or something like that. So we're pretty much now in like the second half of branch realities, which is kind of sad. I was hoping for there to be 12, but 9 is what we'll do for now. And now to think about it, branch realities and what if are technically the same thing. Well, branch realities was somewhat based off of what if, so having 9 chapters with what if having 9 episodes makes actually a ton of sense. But moving besides that, I just feel like that because we already got some of parts of the city, we should save it till later so that then we can go back to the city stuff. The same thing is with the plant. I feel like the plant should be later saved for something else in the future as well. Just because in chapter 4 we already had the plant. So I just feel like we should just wait a little bit longer before we go back to the plant. And same thing with the carnival. I mean, I get it. This is like 3 chapters after chapter 3, but I feel like they should wait a little bit later for carnival, just a tiny bit, in my opinion. Which honestly leads us with, I think, 4 more chapters to think of. Yeah, because hold on, how many chapters do we have left? Hold on, let me restate this. We got 5 minus 12, so 7. And we already just talked about 3 of them, right? City, plant, and carnival. That's like all the second half. So now we can think about the first half. So hospital, once again, I think this is just save that for till like chapter 7, maybe. Because we already seen the hospital like a couple of times. So maybe just wait off a little bit longer for that one. Okay, now getting those aside, now we have like 3 main important ones that are most likely. And the first one we're going to talk about is the station. Because, don't be worried, how would the station work? We already got doggy what if. Yes, we did get a doggy what if. But then again, it doesn't actually have to be doggy. It could be about Polly or someone else. So we really don't need a doggy in the station. It can be Polly, though. Hell, it could even be about what if Willow Wolf never got out of prison or something like that. That could be the next chapter, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll just have to wait and see. But the gallery is the next possible option, and I feel like the one they should do, because if you don't know, gallery is kind of obsolete. A lot of people agree that Chapter 3 gallery did not need to be part of the story, and there's pretty much filler. But then again, it is part of the alleyways. But then again, sure, alleys is teased in Chapter 3, but doesn't really have a big impact afterwards. Or at least not for book 1, that is, or the gallery map, that is. And not sure what the what if could be here. But yeah, I think that'll be it for now. Now, chapter 5, the school. I feel like they should really do the school. No matter wondering, well, why? Well, I think they should do it because, well, seeing how well they did with the mall, I want to see how well they can do with the school. Because, in my opinion, school's one of those maps that wasn't really felt, you know, up to its full-on potential. Same thing with the mall. And the mall in branch realities got a fresh, new, much-deserved treatment, and now it actually feels like an actual mall. So I feel like for the school, they should do the same thing, where instead of it just being 2 squares like the first one what like the original one was, it should be built like an actual high school. Does that mean 3 floors? No. I don't expect them to do 3 floors. I think it should just be similar to the high school map that we saw in the Zizzy game. Remember the Zizzy game we played back in 2023 during the summer? Probably don't. But one of those chapters involved a very big high school that I really liked a lot. It was honestly one of my favorite chapters. And there was a lot of stuff going on with that chapter. There was an art room, computer room, science room, you name it, everything. And I honestly hope they can fit that into a chapter here. But the thing is, you're probably wondering, what about the what if? And to that, I'm not entirely sure. That's probably going to be a problem because we already had a bunny what if. But then again, we have 2 Georgie what ifs. Well, actually, no. No, actually. The other one was actually about Penny. This one was about Georgie. So, then again, it doesn't have to be about Bunny. Like, I legitimately thought that the Outpost chapter would be about Mr. P, or Tigery, or Pony, or Zizzy. You know, one of those. But it actually took place somewhere completely, or somewhen completely different. It wasn't about the main characters at all. So for this one, I'm thinking it could be about maybe the teacher in general, or maybe it could be about Mr. P instead going to the facility or the school instead of Bunny. Or Sheepy, now that I think about it. I mean, Sheepy just became a more interesting character now because we now know that she's a scientist, even though we knew she was a scientist since the very beginning. We just got some full-on confirmation that she is a scientist. So I think that for Chapter 5 or Chapter 6, the school, or actually, what should the school title be called? Now that I think about it, I don't want it to be called Scary School. That doesn't sound that unique. Maybe Terrifying School? No. What's a good term that goes along with the school? Summer School? That would be a fun one, but I don't think they would do that. Something school. High school? No, that wouldn't make any sense. Middle school? No, it has to be. No, let's just trace back to the previous titles. We had Mysterious House, Gloomy Forest, Mournful Metro, Outraging Outpost, Haunted Mall. So what would this be? Ominous School? No. Luxurious School? No, that makes no sense. Destiny School? No. Oh, you know what? Let's not do the title thing. I can't come up with anything that is for the school. Oh, wait a minute. Collisionist School? That would be a cool name. But then again, there is the carnival. No. There's already a Collisionist Carnival in PvZ 2. I don't know if we should have a Collisionist Carnival in Branch Realities as well. But then again, it would fit the theme. But then again, I don't know how I feel talking about 2 Collisionist Carnivals. Maybe they should bring that to the school. But then again, it wouldn't make any sense. What are some S words, now that I think about it? We already have, I don't want to say Scary School, because that doesn't sound scary. Sorceress School, no. Sorrowful School, that sounds like mournful. Maybe Senacerium. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna be searching up some stuff. Hold on a second. Alright, let me read some of these synonyms I found. We got Frightening School, Scaring School, no, Hair-Raising School, Terrifying School, I don't know if that works. Petrifying School, I don't know what. Spine-Chilling School, Blood-Crawling School, Chilling School, Horrifying School, Alarming School. Now that would be a nice name, the Alarming School, because, you know, fire drills and such. Applauding School and the Daunting School. I think Alarming School should be the title. That actually sounds clever. But anyways, moving on from that, we should talk about the what if. I think the what if is going to be, what if Sheepy went to the school and Bunny went to the forest instead? Because I feel like Sheepy was in the forest for a reason. I don't think it was just I don't know, random. I think Mr. P sent Sheepy into the forest. Well, he sent Bunny to the school. I think they'll do the opposite for Chapter 6 for the school, where Sheepy's the one who goes to the school, and Bunny's the one who gets infected in the forest. So, in this one, we'll see Sheepy, exploring around the place, unlocking keys and sorts. And now that I think about it, should we have the sewers in the chapter like we did last time? Because if you don't know, in the original chapter 5, the escape was actually going down into the sewers, which is very interesting. I don't know if they should do that. Maybe they could. I'm not entirely sure. I would like that, but I'm not entirely sure if they really should do that. Now that I think about it, what other things could they add into the school? I would love to see a pool in the map. Yeah, have it where we actually have to swim. That would honestly be a cool and unique thing to happen in the chapter. Along with the, what other areas they can go? The cafeteria. The cafeteria was already in there. Gym was already in there. What other type of things would we see in the chapter? Auditorium? I would want to see an auditorium in the map. That would be epic. Especially with oh, that could be where the TV remote could come back for the, or was it ever used in Branch Trials? I'm not entirely sure. God, there's just so many ideas for this. I really feel like they should do the school now. And just do this. I think that's what they're going for. The school. Especially with the logo, if you don't know. We have this new logo for Branch Realities. And a lot of people have been saying it feels very school themed. And I kind of agree. Now for the teacher. Oh god, the teacher. Oh, I wonder what would the teacher look like. It's obviously going to be Russell making the model. So, some things I hope to see with the new teacher model. I hope they keep it at least somewhat similar to its original design. We'll like have it Russell make it like how you usually make it, but like keep some elements from it, like the glasses, the yellow eyes, maybe the green dress or something. And make sure she keeps the ruler. But whatever new things you must want to add in, maybe add it in. Just make sure it doesn't look too similar to Baldi. Oh, imagine if it is Baldi, though. We have to collect 7 notebooks. That would be crazy if that was the case. But yeah, I would really like this to be the new chapter. Is there anything else we should talk about in this? We could talk about the story of this. Well, we already did, but like, there's usually a subplot in these stories. Have you been seeing? Chapter 1 did not have a subplot. Well, it did have the TSP thing, but that was like at the ending, and it really wasn't that important to the chapter. Chapter 2 had this weird organization thing that wanted Doggy to tell some information so that people could survive the infection. I'm not entirely sure what that was all about. Chapter 3 had the subplot of Penelope and her origin story of becoming Piggy. Chapter 4 had, I guess, the school Chown and Badgie, but mainly Badgie, how he was slowly turning into an infected. And then Chapter 5's story was about Mousy, or Michelle, or how she became, the ghost thingy that was Ghost Michelle. So I wonder what subplot would they do for Chapter 6. I'm starting to feel like it might be a Baldi-like story where, I don't know, she sees someone get an answer wrong and then she goes furious. But then again, that doesn't really make that much sense. I mean, that would be cool. Instead of it being infected, it'd be just I don't know, some guy, some teacher going in absolutely insane. Oh god, now that I think about it, what if the main bot becomes a Glamrock Endo? Because now I'm thinking about Mrs. Delight, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I would be able to handle a Mrs. Delight Piggy bot coming after me. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't like it at all. You know how I feel about Glamrock Endos, or SCP Weeping Angels. That's what they're usually called. Weeping Angels, not Glamrock Endos. Weeping Angels. You know how I feel about Weeping Angels. I guess it to be very annoying because of how, you can't just do a puzzle and run. You have to stare, do puzzle, stare, and sure, it works with Poppy Playtime, but it doesn't exactly work as well with other stuff. I mean, it was very hard to get through that part in Security Breach and in Ruined and in the Glamrock Endo warehouse in Help 1 and 2, and I barely survived the Mrs. Delight one. I mean, I've done it twice now, with one, I guess, being I don't know how I feel about this being a Mrs. Delight situation where we see her go insane. I mean, I guess it will still be similar, but I don't know if I feel about her doing a glam again. No, that would just be a little bit too much for me. Dealing with that the whole chapter. But back to the story about how she could be a teacher who gone insane. But then again, we've seen that there's a potion in the school, I think, which means she did took the thingy, the potion thingy. So I mean, this one she doesn't, or this one she just goes crazy and Chibi tries to give her it, but she ends up wanting to escape. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know. It's just a lot of complicated things. We pretty much discussed everything we should discuss. Yeah, I think we did. So, I think I'll leave it to that for now. I hope you enjoyed me theorizing about what could Chapter 6 be. I'm pretty sure by February or March, we should start getting some teasers for Chapter 6. Because we usually have to wait like 3 months before they start teasing stuff. Because Chapter 6 is in development right now. So, I bet like during, I don't know, like August or something. August or September, we should get Chapter 6. I'm pretty sure, unless... Yeah, I think we should be getting Chapter 6 during, like, July, August, September type release date. Because they usually take, like, 8 or so months to release each chapter. You see, that's what I'm seeing. And... usually 3 months after a chapter release, they would release, a teaser or something. And, yeah. December 2022, they released Chapter 3 teaser. The September 2024 was 23, and then was Chapter 4, and July 2024 was 3 months after Chapter 4, and so far it's been no actually it's only been a month, not been 3 months. So we until I think we have to wait until March for an actual teaser. But I hope you enjoyed this mini theory about us talk about Chapter 6. I'll see you all next time for the next Branch Realities update. If that ever comes out. Or if it's already out by the time you've seen this. I'm not sure. But give this video a like, consider subscribing for more Branch Reality teachers and gameplay, and I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody!